It's Monday, batch day, best day of the week. I just made some beef hot pots with peas pudding topping. Do you want to see how I made them? I'm going to show you anyway. Think of them. You can't believe it, can you? They're delicious. Right, let's go through all the ingredients, and it's really simple. So you will need, now it's Monday today, so we all should have a little bit of stock in the house. This is just vegetable stock, so boiled the potatoes yesterday in stock cubes like I always do, and then I just kept the water. You're going to need two tins of peas pudding. I've used this before. It's really nice. Some Marmite, salt, carrots, peas, 3 eggs, 2 beef stock cubes, 2 beef oxos, some onion. I've got about 150 grams of lean diced beef there. A tablespoon of flour. That's it. It's easy, isn't it? Right, the first thing I'm going to do is start by frying off my onion. So I'll do that and I'll get back to you. You're not going anywhere, are you? Okay, so my onions are frying on low. The reason I'm using peas pudding and frozen veg today is just because some of the recipes I've been doing lately, I've been trying to aim at people that don't have a lot of time. So by using frozen veg, especially carrots, so I haven't got to peel them, and peas pudding is really nice. In a minute, I'm going to mash it with an egg, and it's just like a mashed potato substitute. Goes all crispy on the top. It's absolutely delicious. Don't say you haven't tried it yet. So there's my onion. I'm now going to whack in my beef. You can flour it first if you want to. I just tend not to bother. I'm going to put that back on the heat. Okay, so the beef's just about done. If you were to use fresh carrots, at this point I would put them in now, slice them really thinly, and then go and fry them off again. But obviously I'm using frozen ones today, so my next thing to do is put in 2 beef stock cubes, and I did choose beef ones today. Very often you'll hear me saying I'm not particularly fussed about which stock cubes I use, but when you're using beef and you want a nice beefy hot pot, get the beefy stock cubes and the beefy oxos is the way to go. It really is the way to go. You just crumble them in. Don't give it a day job, Deb. Whack them in. Wash my hands. Got to get a towel. Right, and now, whenever I'm doing anything beefy, you've got to get a bit of Marmite in there. Teaspoon of Marmite. Love it. Absolutely love it. It's quite hard to get out though. I do that. Right, remember there's Marmite on the end of your spoon there. I'll have a look at my shirt now, watch. Then I'm going to put in a tablespoon of flour and then mix it all in. So the stock cubes and the oxos and the flour are now the base for the gravy for your stock pot. How beefy is that going to be? It's going to be stunning. Right, now at this point, you should have some stock, as I told you earlier, but if you haven't, that's fine. Just use water from the kettle. But I'm going to use this, which was the stock off my boiled potatoes from yesterday. So I'm just going to add a little bit in. Now, when you're making the gravy, it's really important that you do it really slowly. You whack it all in, you've got lumps in your flour. Nobody wants lumpy flour in their gravy. So what I'm going to do now is going to put it back on the heat. Let it thicken slightly, and then I'll put some more stock cubes in. No, why not? I'll put some more stock in. So now it's starting to thicken. I'm going to put in some more stock. Then I'm going to put it back on the heat. So there we are, that's about right. Now, don't make it too thick, because what will happen when you pot up your pies after, they will thicken when they cool anyway. You don't want to slice a hot pot, do you? Right, now chuck in the carrots. These will just need heating through, obviously. Just stir them in. You could also, if you wanted to, if you were a mustard lover, put a little bit of Dijon in there, if you wanted to. You could also use like some other herbs, like mixed herbs if you wanted to, but I don't want to. A little bit of gravy brown in, because I like my hot pots dark. A little bit of gravy brown in. Right, so I'm going to put that back on the hob and just let it simmer for about 10 minutes. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do next. So I'm just going to spoon my peas pudding in to the bowl. I'll just tell you what's in it so you don't have to be scared, okay? So they're just rehydrated yellow split peas with water, turmeric and paprika. That's it. Try it, go on. I'm using 2 tins. It will probably be too much because of the size of the pots that I'm going to put my hot pots in, but one won't be enough. But I will use it for something else tomorrow, so I'm not really worried about that. So you just spoon it in, without throwing it all over yourself, and you just mash it all up. Get your muscles out. And you crack in 2 eggs. You can beat the eggs first if you want to. I don't tend to bother. Okay, so that's it all mixed up. Okay, so I'm just starting to dish them up. There will be some left over, but I will probably just put it in a foil container and just freeze it. You know, it's like I always say, we've got a no waste policy in this house. I think that's it. A bit of the gravy. And then you just, excuse me, and then you just spoon on the peas pudding as if it was like mashed potato. Like I said, I like a nice thick topping on the hot pot. And then you just smooth it down to make it nice and fancy. So there they are. I'm just going to put a little egg wash on the top now. I'll whack them into the grill and then I'll show you what they look like at the end. I don't know why my voice goes higher and higher when I get excited. And there they are, all done. Catch you later. Mind your business.